Damas y caballeros, bienvenidos una vez más a un segmento esencial. Oh, wait, let me hit that SAP button. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to session 3.
Yup.
Essential Conversations, Unmasked, Uncensored, with El Diablo Vega. Now, I hate to state the obvious, but whoa.
Like, whoa.
Like, whoa. We're looking at a different iteration,
Yeah.
a different entity, and a different energy. Sonny, it's palpable in the room right here.
Absolutely,
right now, right?
bro. This is completely different over here. I didn't expect this, Night Owl. I didn't expect this.
This is different. I mean, y'all are seeing it.
Yeah.
I mean, we said Unmasked, and y'all thought we was playing.
Right.
Y'all cut it off halfway through the last one, like, they was capping. Nah.
We told you one cut, and they cut it off.
What did we say? I'm not the I told you so guy, but
told you so.
Told you so. All right, so Diablo, we've talked about the past in depth. We've talked about the present in depth. But now is the time. 2025 and beyond. I'm going to need you to talk your shit, bro. And for those that don't understand what that means, is I need you to give yourself your flowers. Not in an egotistical way, but let's just say you are marketing yourself to the masses as a talent. What do they need to know? Because listen, you got to make waves if you want to get up out the ocean, right? So this is the opportunity to do that. When I say talk your shit, I mean, what are we doing from today moving forward to set ourselves apart from all the other competition, bro? I love all the wrestling I'm seeing, but that's a lot of names. A lot of matches, a lot of miles. What is El Diablo Vega doing now from this point forward to change the game?
I guess with this certain type of evolution, this sudden change, I guess there's two things I really kind of want to get across.
All right.
One thing is, for all the good people out there, even like yourselves, I just want everybody to know they don't need to be afraid of the guy behind the mask. I'm a good guy. As you can see, El Diablo fights for all good. Not only his gods, but for everyone. But for those on the other side, I need to let them know that they should be scared. They should be worried. There's been several times in the past couple of years that people had to unmask me just to win and just to get their way, to become champions even. And from here going forward, I just want people to know, mask or no mask.
Ooh, let's go. Talk your shit, boy.
I'm not going to be stopped anymore.
All right, so I got a couple analogies. The first thing that comes to mind is there are great players in every sport, but then there are guys that change the game.
Right.
Can I give you a few examples?
Please do.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
They had to change the rules. The game changed.
Yeah.
And what I heard you say in pre-production, Diablo, really stuck out to me. You said they're looking for the real, Night Owl. Money. They're looking for the real. I've been trying to give them the real. I don't know if they was ready. You remember in Back to the Future where he comes out, he's like, I don't know if y'all was ready for that, but your kids are going to love it.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that the vibe you're on, bro? Because that's the energy I'm getting from you right here, right now, in the same room.
Yeah, bro. I just need people to know, bro. El Diablo Vega is not just a gimmick. He's not just a guy in a mask. He's not just here to entertain. He's here to compete. He's here to win, and he's here to defeat all evil. And that's no matter what it takes. Not necessarily in an evil saying, but like I said, they could take my mask, they could take my titles, they could take anything, but they ain't gonna take El Diablo. El Diablo lives again.
That's a shoot, brother. And so what are you going to do, man? I mean, yeah, I know. Listen, you're going to change the game, man. Diablo, man, El Diablo, I can't even put it into words what 2025 is going to hold for you, because I see it, but I just can't put it into words, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Has to manifest.
yeah.
My-
There you go.
And it sounds like you're gonna let like I mean, obviously we're having a good time having this conversation, but if you don't have these high standards for yourself, bro, then what can you expect from your opponents, your counterparts, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can you expect from them if you don't expect the best out of yourself? I think some people may look at it as egotistical or whatever, and some maybe even say you're taking a risk. Oh, you're peeling back the mask. That's part of what made you who you are. You're like, I'm thinking like, no, bro, I made that mask.
Right.
Like literally, I made it.
Yeah.
I didn't send off to it at Disney.com.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you did.
Right.
You're the guy who made it, and I think only you should be able to say when it's time for that thing to come off, and for people to see the more raw and real version of El Diablo Vega.
At first, I guess I want to say, the reason El Diablo was put in a mask is because it was to contain him. At first, I didn't really feel like I could be without the mask because, like I said, I couldn't be contained. I wouldn't really be able to contain myself even. And with the mask, I was able to, discipline myself and learn the ways of Earthrealm, learn the ways of professional wrestling. But now that I've gotten this far in my career and this experience, this level of professional wrestling, it's time for a change. It's time for evolution. It's time to better myself with or without the mask. And I know I'm taking a risk, and with that risk, there will still be a fight, bro. So, although I'm taking this risk, I'm not afraid to take this jump.
Yeah.
I'm not. So, for those out there who I am going to face in the future, just know it won't be as easy as the previous years, my friend.
When maybe you weren't willing to take such a risk back then. Not saying that you weren't out here killing it in the game, but the risk now that you're taking in 2025, a little bit more uncut, a little bit more raw,
Edgy.
Yeah.
Well,
Because not only do, I have these goals of defeating my opponents that I know of so far, but I also do plan on going out further into the Earth realm, as in different states, different companies, different realms, different opponents even. I do have bigger goals, but I'm more of I'd rather let you guys find out once it comes to fruition type of guy. So as for 2025, there will be lots of surprises, but at the same time, just be ready for some really good matches, some really good shows, some really good El Diablo.
So with this, let's say unmasked step that you're taking with your wrestling career, not to say that you're gonna walk out like that all the time, and we're not spoiling anything. I think that'll be 100% up to you, and I think people should stay tuned to figure out like, okay, how's that balance gonna work?
Right.
I think that's part of the intrigue. Because as much as I've enjoyed watching your matches, I think that there's still an opportunity, I think, for all of us to continue to grow, right?
Yeah.
And in order to experience that growth, you have to be willing to adjust. And I see it as like a badge, bro. Like when you take something that works and you milk that for all it's worth, that's great. But when you take something that works and you try to make it better at the risk of hearing people go, oh, bro, this, oh, bro, that, oh, tradition is, especially because I know we share culture. You say Aztec, I'm Mexican, you know what I'm saying? Kind of the same deal. There's a lot of tradition in wearing a mask, and people will say, well, back in my day, you never saw the mask off. You know what I'm saying? Like El Santo never took it off. Blue Demon never took it off or whatever. But I think what that generation needs to understand that this is a whole new era, and these guys are making their own path. And so if they want to blend a little bit of that hip hop energy, a little bit of that Latin energy, a little bit of that lucha energy, a little bit of that strong side energy, and put it all in a pot, like why not? Why not take all the advantages that you have and everything that people have placed before you as an example and merge it into something new and special? And the fact that we can have a conversation like this for an hour and a half or whatever, and we're not just sitting here talking about moves and shit the whole time. I think that's more of what people want to hear about. They want to hear about the real, and the fact that you're willing to take one of these first steps, you know what I mean, and be one of the people that takes that kind of a step. I think it's something to be respected and admired.
Absolutely.
Regardless of what happens, whether it works or not, just the willingness to take the chance.
Right.
Huevos, carnal. Huevos.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, my friends. I do respect the ways of lucha, and I do respect the whole outlook of mass and everything. But at the same time, those same friends of mine need to know that when it comes to some of these matches, you have to do what it takes to win. You have to do what it takes to throw off your opponent or get the upper hand and win. A lot of these bad guys, quote unquote heels that I run into, as you all know, they like to cheat.
Yeah, they try to take the easy way out. We'll just take his mask off.
Like
we'll just take it off.
They like to bring their friends. They like to do this, that, and the third.
Scummy.
Bums.
So no good crumb.
I just got to thinking to myself, with the new year, there should also be a new Diablo. So I am taking a major risk trying a new wave, but at the same time, I'm willing to. I'm up for the challenge. I'm up for the challenge, not only with my opponents but also with myself.
Yeah.
So
that's one big thing El Diablo's.
It'll be just as much of a challenge for yourself as your opponents, bro. But if you get an opponent that steps up, let me introduce you to something a little bit more new to the Earth realm that you're probably not quite as familiar with, but smack the shit out of these motherfuckers. Right? That's what I'm saying.
That's some 90s
shit. Someone
like
tries to step up to El Diablo in 2025, smack the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Where I come from, we call them backhands.
Yeah, backhand.
Yeah,
right.
Just keep one on retainer. All right. So aside from the perception of your secured audience now, and I think you're opening up yourself to be more of an appeal, because there are the fans that like kind of a more traditional thing, and then there are like the newer, more cutting edge type promotions that people are like, yo, these gimmicks are a lot more advanced. Yeah. It's a lot more real. It feels a lot more authentic. You know what I'm saying? So aside from that element, what about the potential of having to pick up and go? Say you get a call from, what's one of the dojos over in Japan, bro? Not just New Japan, but there's a few other ones, right? Yeah, like Noah. Right. What? Any other?
All Japan still running?
All Japan. Over, okay, some of those, right? Yeah. Like if you happen to rub elbows with the right person, impress the right people, obviously through your hard work, and you had to pick up and go, is that part of the reason that you've kind of separated yourself from like long-term relationships? I think, like, not that we got into that a whole lot during this interview, but my point is, like, are you ready to pick up and go if that call comes?
Yes, I think I am always ready for some type of call like that.
Yeah, even if it meant you get a call from Atlanta or from Jacksonville or places like that are not home, I guess is what I'm saying.
I think no matter what, any type of dream chaser out there, I feel like there's always going to be that little hard spot of being away from family, being away from home, being away from this and that. So I feel like you have to have that willingness to be able to do that and try to handle that. But yes, if I did get a call, I would have to take off.
That's a level of commitment. Because I think promoters that watch this, like, they want to hear that. Like, yo, is this dude going to be willing to pick up and come out here and do work?
Don't get me wrong. It does sometimes. It hinders relationships and things like that. But it's just something we have to go through in life, man. Sometimes people are going to be there to support, or sometimes people have to go a different route, and it's just something we kind of just got to live with and deal with, bro. But
it's part of the business.
I feel like it's going to be different for everybody no matter what, though. I'm not saying it's a mandatory thing someone has to do, but when it comes to me personally, if I did get a call, I would have to go to a different realm, because as you can see, El Diablo is in multiple realms all the time, and the reason that is because he gets phone calls to arrive at these realms from the gods, not from the bookers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the reason I asked that is because I seen you've been going around to No Fold Pro, you've been at Skill, you've been at a few other ones, right?
Show Me State.
Yeah, Show Me.
Heartland Championship Wrestling.
Heartland, yep. So that and beyond, right, is what I'm understanding that that's the level of commitment that where you're at mentally.
Yeah, and then even, yeah, man, and then even, like I said, this oncoming year, there's other places I plan to check out, and hopefully you see me there fighting more and more. But there is plans to expand. There is plans to evolve. There is plans to take things further, bro. There's 2025 is gonna be crazy.
Like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
How crazy is it going to get, though? I mean, because listen, in the history of professional wrestling, way more in the past and more in the present, there's been wrestlers who wrestled a bear. Like, could we see El Diablo wrestle a bear in 2025?
You and your gimmick
is that
matches.
I'm not gimmick man. A
That's
live
the
bear,
ultimate
bro.
gimmick.
It's a live bear.
I guess it's a real match.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
in that sense.
what if you get a call from
You can die.
Alaska Championship Wrestling, bro, and they're like, "We're about to put you in the main event against Smokey
Nah,
the
that
Bear."
needs Saskatchewan.
That's Saskatchewan.
Championship
Yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah, Canadian ham on the pole match or something like that. Not that, but
There might have to be one phone call I turned in.
nah, yeah, you declined in that. You're just gonna look at your phone.
But when you brought up the Four Locos match, he sounded like he was all about that.
yeah, well, we're expanding and evolving here with El Diablo in 2025. So that's a maybe now on a Four Loco death match. Probably a
On a
solid
ladder.
no on a bear though, bro.
Nah.
You ain't gonna show the bear what room you're
That's
in at
probably the
that.
strongest animal.
If it's no holds bar, could he bring a rifle?
Man, that's not. Come on,
I don't know, bro. I don't know how good
I
his
don't need
aim is.
Peter trying to come in here right now. He's shooting bears.
If the bear is rushing you in self-defense,
it wants to wrestle you. It's
I'm
trying
gonna have to
put
look
you
up the
over,
law
bro.
if you can shoot
The
a bear
bear,
if it's rushing at
the
you.
bear came on Facebook and found El Diablo, found Wrestle Talk podcast. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna put him over." Yeah, I don't know.
Matter of fact, you're making me think about the Bears.
The
and
Bears. No,
put
we
me
ain't
in a
talking
certain
about-
mood. Yeah,
my bad.
Put me in
My
a
bad.
certain
My
mood.
bad.
So, in regards to the future, I guess I'll tap into this part of it. So, we've talked about the change in terms of like how committed you are to continuing to evolve El Diablo as a character, and not just let him be classified as a mass luchador. Right? It's going to be much more than that. We talked about the travel and the fact that there may be an instance where you got to move out of the state or move out of the country, and you said you're ready to do that. What other challenges do you perceive? Because we can talk about the success, and that's always fun and gives a good laugh or whatever, but when you do run into those challenging days where you end up having to have 3 roommates somewhere, you know what I mean, when car breaks down halfway to a show and it's another 3 hours till you get there, how do you handle that adversity? What advice would you give to people that are younger than you in the business of how to handle those moments? Because that could be super discouraging, bro. You save up all your little money, you're on your way, you finally got boom, and then car dies. Now you seem like you're a liar. The booker doesn't trust you now, even though you legitimately got a flat tire halfway there. How would you deal with that? How have you dealt with it, and how are you planning on dealing with that sort of adversity in the future?
You have to learn from your experiences. There's going to be a lot of times where stuff like that happens, but at the same time, my advice would be to be prepared. Whenever I was getting back into the wrestling game, I was lucky enough to have a good friend along my side known as Hollis Giroux. And he let me in on a lot of things and wised me up to be prepared for those types of things, because you don't want to have bookers look at you that way. You don't want to have anybody look at you that way, like the guy that shows up late or the guy that's not reliable or the guy that isn't really that good of a wrestler. That's why you have to train and all that stuff, bro. So preparation is key.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one way I like to. I would. This type of advice I would give. That's the type of way I handle those things, because I don't like running into those things, bro. It can already be stressful itself just traveling, and having to deal with everything outside of that. There's so much that could go.
You ever have family members call you worried about you? Hey, well, you all right on the road?
Oh yeah, bro.
Folks checking in on you like that.
Yeah, bro. Because sometimes you forget to text them. I hate to say it.
Text me when you get home.
Hate to say it.
Who sucks at that?
But man, dude.
Who sucks at that? Text me when you get home. Make sure you got all right. You got all right. Then
when you're out there for hours and hours, it kind of just slips the mind, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, bro. Just preparation. Just try and stay prepared and mainly learn from your experiences, because there will be a lot of times stuff like that happens, and you either learn from it or it's gonna keep happening.
So is that what you mean? And I was looking at your bio. By the way, if y'all haven't already, El Diablo Vega, El Diablo on Facebook, make sure y'all look him up. He's all over social media. It's not the only platform, but it says, traveled across oceans of time to prove to my gods what a true warrior is. So are those battles, is that not, let's just say the bad times, is that to you just part of it? You look at it as part of the deal. You know that you're going to face those things. Is that how you prove the kind of warrior that you are?
Yeah.
And obviously, you're always looking to honor the people that help train you, right? Like, want to make sure that when people bring up the people that trained you, you want to make sure you honor them and that they're looked at in a positive light.
Oh yeah, bro. And that's how I look at it a lot of the times. I try, like, at the end of it all, I fight for myself at the end of it all. You know what I mean? Before that, I'm fighting to honor my trainers, to honor my friends, to honor my friends who aren't here, honor my friends who are alongside me, to honor, my family, to honor everything. And then, like I said, at the end, it's me. You know what I mean?
Committed. Listen, El Diablo Vega. When I hear that on the bio, that to me, what that says is you are committed to professional wrestling, and you're committed to succeeding,
making up for lost time,
and your commitment to professional wrestling, that means even more commitment to getting to it and being a part of it and giving it the respect is due. So anytime you got outside adversities or challenges, whether that is a flat tire on the way to the show or whether that is a phone call you weren't trying to get at that time or bad timing, wrestling is still staying prominent on your mind right then and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like, all right, Uncut, Uncensored, we talk about kicking it. You will make sure that you've got the gym time in. Make sure you got time at the center in before you're like, oh, going to kick it is A1 priority. Not saying that it's not important or anything like that.
It's obvious that the priorities have changed.
But yeah, you know what I mean? So you're staying committed to it and that's what's making you the warrior. That's what a true warrior is. That's what the true warrior is. The discipline. And that's anybody, you know what I mean? But especially in professional wrestling, because listen, and again, I'm not going to shit on anybody here, but it is a shoot. I'm sure you know of people, not naming names, but I'm sure you know of people in the business who think they're committed to it, but
all
they're
the
not.
Skill in the world, just no work ethic. Yeah.
You know,
like I said, I think that's why I guess I kind of got confused on it, bro. It's because, like I said, I'm really one of those people who I hate to say it this way, but like I care about myself last, bro. So it's really hard to be like,
sorry, I love you. I'd love to spend time right now, but I have to go do this for my career.
Yeah, bro.
Nobody likes to let other people down.
Right.
That's a fact.
But at the same time, I do it for those same people, bro.
Right.
Like I feel like I live, and I'm not saying I don't want to live, but like I love to live for others, bro, because life is that important, bro. And wrestling is my outlet. Wrestling is what I believe I was born to do, and every day I fight to show that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I claim to be a warrior, because every day is a fight, bro. And at the end of the day, I feel like I won.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I'm gonna give my man a golf clap for that. We got.
Sorry for the brain.
No, it's all good,
bro.
Well, wait, it's like when somebody tells you, if somebody asks you, like, "Who are you?"
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Well, I'm Renee. No. Who are you?
Well, no, I'm kind of like what we touched in part one and briefly in part two, and now here in part three, bro. You are a warrior not just because of wrestling either. I mean, now you're a warrior, and that's a little bit of a different meaning because you're a warrior on the grind.
I've never been asked that either.
Right.
I'm saying that's what we hear, right? That's why Essential Conversations is being created so that we can get past the hey man, give me your top three, blah blah blah. Like we're trying to get
Jeff Hardy?
I knew that was gonna come up at some point.
That's my go-to wrestling question for anybody out there. In 2025, everything I do at Wrestle Talk podcast, I'm gonna ask them. You know Jeff Hardy?
You know Jeff Hardy?
I'm trying to see the whisper in the wind.
Wrestle John Cena? Yeah, I'm sure kids ask me that all the time.
Yeah, but no, seriously though, like part one, we were in the past, and you had to be a warrior to climb up out of that. You had to open your eyes and look around you and see your surroundings to say, nope.
I guess
there was two forks in the road, and you went down this way. For the better.
I guess let me put it this way, bro. I guess it's hard for like El Diablo with the mask, bro. He knows he's a warrior.
Right.
When he throws it on, it's like the movie The Mask. He just snaps out and turns into that warrior.
Yeah.
But
makes you a superhero, bro.
I guess it was hard for me to get that answer out because El Diablo without the mask.
Still kind of learning how to almost answer those questions like that.
Kind of Well, no, it's not necessarily that. It's kind of learning to adjust to. I'm adjusting to being a warrior.
There you
You know
go.
what I mean?
There you go.
El Diablo without the mask is adjusting to that because the old El Diablo without a mask was not a warrior, bro. He was a bad guy. He was a gangster even. So that's why I guess it was kind of hard to get those words out because I've never, really got to claim that, bro.
Right.
El Diablo with the mask, all day, bro, all day. But this is that new adjustment, that new evolution, that new risk we was talking about. So
Yeah.
just got to get used to it.
You'll get used to it, bro. And you'll get them, and you just keep taking them risks like that for the better, You don't eat quit your pizza. Wrestle a bear. Whatever the risk is, bro. We're always supporting you. We're here next to you, bro. It's change, man. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, well, I love that. I love to see the merge of kind of like the street smarts and the business savvy
Yep.
kind of blending together, and I think that's kind of what this is. I think that's what this is going to turn into. I think it's going to turn into an environment where we can have these kind of conversations where we're real, where we're raw, when we're uncut, when we're unmasked, but also we're also going to pay respect to wrestling because of how much it's given to us. So like he said, hey, there's no shade on the old heads with all the rules and stuff, and the traditions, but certainly nothing that El Diablo is doing is meant to throw any mud on the past. My man is he's just cutting his own path out. You know what I mean? And that's what we like to see. Cutting their own, because the OGs be mad at you when you just do it the same thing everybody else did.
Right.
Be like, young buck, go do something different, man. Go do something you're passionate about, right? And that's what it sounds like my man's doing. Man. So I appreciate that.
And two things. One thing, if they've even made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. And that's
over there too. Shout out.
The main reasons I wanted to do this in general is for those people that do like to tune into El Diablo content, Wrestle Talk content.
It's gonna go up everywhere too.
This is where you
Diablo content, Night Out content, Wrestle Talk's gonna go everywhere.
This is what I wanted to present to you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, what was the other thing I wanted to say? Yeah, bro, no disrespect or anything like that, because at the end of the day, like Renee was saying, bro, people want to see the real. People want to know what's up. And there's times that El Diablo doesn't have his mask on sometimes, and from what I hear, people like that El Diablo as well sometimes. So I thought,
he's pretty cool.
He's dope.
Yeah,
I'm messing with him.
Why not bring that out in 2025 a little bit?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Love it.
Now's the time, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's right. Well, we're not sure when this is going to release exactly, so we're not speaking on anything too specific, but if any of this does come out after any of those matches we talked about, man, I'm sure you're going to be proud to have whatever result comes out of it. Sounds like you got some
we'll come back and talk about it.
Oh, yeah, that'll be amazing. That'll be amazing. So the other thing I'll say is, man, if there's anybody else that I think y'all would like to see be a part of these sort of conversations, man, definitely let us know in the comment section. Before we close it out, I guess I just have to thank you. As you know, we talked about off air, like I've formally stepped away from hosting the Wrestle Talk podcast, but I still want to help that thing be the best it could be, you know what I'm saying, in its own class. And if we can do this, which allows us to control the time and the quality a little bit better, and y'all enjoy it, and y'all share and do all that bullshit, we promise we'll keep trying to produce this stuff. And make sure y'all follow this man. Like, this is not you're not following a wrestler. You're following a man on a journey through wrestling. And the man himself, and the story about the man is way cooler than any story that he'll ever tell in the ring.
Absolutely.
If y'all know him how we know him, and it's just a little bit, it's just an hour or two worth of Diablo. If y'all knew him how we knew him, y'all will understand why we take the time to do shit like this, because this man deserves it, man.
1,000.
For real. Anything?
Thank you guys for having me, bro.
No, absolutely,
doubt,
bro. No, man. It's an honor. It's a privilege. Super proud of you, as I said once before. You keep doing what you're doing for yourself, your private life, your personal life, but also for professional wrestling, bro. You're growing, and keep kicking that ass, dog. And we'll always be rooting for El Diablo. Just like everybody out there needs to be rooting for him too. So, as my man Night Owl said, if you ain't following him, you better be following him. All right.
And follow these guys too.
That's that Night Owl MX with a K. Y'all know what it is.
Sunny Money Mayo, babe.
That's right.
That's it.
This man's got some of the best family-friendly content I've seen. Bro, the stuff you post with your family is amazing. Obviously, all your wrestling shit is crazy. And me, I'm just trying to be goofy. I'm just trying to have a good time.
2025, I'm gonna start hitting it. 2025, I need to start hitting the Twitter gimmick a little bit.
It's fun. I spread a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of nonsense.
Right.
That's my key ingredient.
Yeah.
Little knowledge, little nonsense.
At KC Superkick. That's a dope handle,
it,
and I
yeah.
got it, bro.
Are you on X?
You on X, bro?
You on Twitter?
Yeah.
What's that?
Official, I think it's El Diablo 662 actually.
There you go,
There you
662,
go.
baby. Y'all heard it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we're gonna do this again. This was an incredible. I don't even want to say debut, but I want to say that this is an incredible opportunity to bring a new and different kind of content to the audience out there. So again, we appreciate everybody. Muchas gracias a la raza, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Who knows? Never know who we might have on here. So stay tuned, y'all. Yeah. Peace, y'all. Adios.